hypergamy. So I'm just curious, for the ladies on the panel, have you guys heard of hypergamy?
Yes.
Yes?
I have now.
You have?
Monkey
Not
branching.
before today.
Not before today?
I Googled it just before coming here.
Okay. So hypergamy is the action of marrying or forming a sexual relationship with a person of a superior sociological or educational background. So the idea is that when women date, we want to date up in some way, whether it's they make more money than us, they're more educated than us, or they're better looking than us. And this is just when you survey women on what they want in a man. And what researchers have come to find out is that 100% of women want 20% of men. And so the reason a lot of times girls say things like men are trash, men are the problem, that sort of thing, men always cheat, is because we're all dating the same ones.
That 20%.
Yeah. And some people think it's even smaller. Some people say 5%, but I just say 20 on like the high end.
Wow.
Is that overall?
Yeah. Well, it's the way they find this out is through dating app data.
So there's only available, the women that want to date up, there's only 20% of available.
So I'll give you an example. How many of you guys want to date a guy over 6 foot? No? 5'10"? What's your height requirement? Go ahead.
I don't think I have a height. Actually, I don't want to date anyone 5'5". So
okay, that's decent.
5'11".
5'11"?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm barely 5'1", so
okay, you got the whole.
Anything up is a bonus.
So I'm 5'6", so I tend to want somebody around my height or taller.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fellow shorty, so I've never really had to think about it.
So the reason I bring this up is because most girls, when I ask them height-wise, they want to date their height or taller. And so that's just an example of how women use hypergamy. So yeah, you see?
Right.
Interesting.
So my question is, a common complaint that I hear from men is that women have too high of standards. When are standards too high? And I want to go around starting there.
I don't agree with that statement.
Okay, go ahead.
I just think a lot of dudes are weak, and so instead of rising into the competition, they would rather tell women, hey man, you should just want less. But from what I see in the dating game, the characteristics or the qualities women want are things you can develop. You know, some of the best seducers in history, maybe Neil Strauss, who wrote the game, he's a bold 40-year-old man, and he got the most tail of anyone in New York. So the idea that it's about being 6 foot and a millionaire is completely untrue. And these guys know this because they complain about Chad and Tyrone, and Chad and Tyrone's never like some rich guy, is it? You know, so yeah, but those qualities of being kind, being charismatic, being sophisticated in some way, being athletic, you guys can hit the gym. You could learn how to talk to women. You could be more patient. You know, you could respect her more in certain ways. So I don't agree that the standards are too high.
Okay, go ahead.
Standards too high. I think women have a lot of expectations when it comes to men, and I think sometimes those expectations aren't always realistic. I do think that men obviously do think that women think too highly of themselves sometimes, but I think that's a them problem, to be fair. I think they need to up their game in regards to being a lot more understanding when it comes to women. And yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Women's expectations more than standards, and kind of lost the words. No, yeah, I don't think women's standards are too high. I agree more or less with everything you said, that men have to kind of come to an understanding of what
men have to be more.
Yeah, I'd say it's more. I'd say women's expectations are more on an emotional level than a money level. For me, anyway.
They want like a guy that's emotionally available.
Exactly.
Yeah, for me,
okay.
it's. I'd rather someone that was emotionally available than someone that had a lot of money.
Okay. What about you?
I think it kind of depends if you're looking at the...
Talk a little closer to the mic. Yeah.
It depends if you're looking at the real world or through dating apps. Because on dating apps, it's easy to say, yeah, I want X, Y, and Z. But actually, when you meet people naturally, you'll find that a lot of that kind of goes out the window, and you're happy as long as you just have that connection or the basic fundamentals with that individual, which comes down to like the emotional intelligence and things like that, as opposed to saying, okay, what's your salary? How tall are you? What do you do?
Okay, go ahead.
I would say that there's a difference between being selective and having high standards. I think that women, and it's if you look at dating app data, it's very well understood that women are, they will swipe less freely. They'll think more about their swiping, and they'll probably swipe right less often. Whereas men, if you're going to stereotype, will just they will play the numbers game. But I wouldn't say that's because women are looking for a man of a certain height and a certain income. I think they're looking for someone who they click with more, and there just seems to be a phenomenon where men seem to play the numbers game more.
Okay, what do you think?
I think that was a lot to wrap in. All right, firstly, yeah. No, because it's like, okay, so, all right, the 80% of men that we're talking about, you have to understand that they're completely invisible. We're talking about Ramroop from Chicken Cottage. We're not, you know what I'm trying to say? You lot, like, so when we're starting at a basis where you're already, this is Tyrone, he's already 6 foot, I already know what he does. You don't need to ask him what his career is. You already know so I want someone that's nice. It's because you want someone that's nice that already has fits the narrative, like the person of what you want. You're not going to be attracted to someone that you're not attracted to or doesn't fit your criteria. And women in the West, criteria is very high. And they all seem to have the same criteria. They all want the same type of guy, even though they would love to admit that they don't want the same type of guy. Maybe it doesn't work out with the right type of guy, and now you move on to another guy that you don't feel as happy that you are with that guy, when really and truly you wish that guy that you really want was like the guy that you're with now. Is more what happens when you say, like, out on the road that you meet people. No, women have to settle, and they do settle. When they hit the wall, they settle. When they've been through too much stress, they settle. When they need money, problems, they settle. When they like, you know what, this guy's just on my case so much. Let me just, all right,
Give him a chance.
Yeah, that's when they settle. But they're really trying to get that main guy. And if that main guy came when they are in a relationship with the guy that they settled, hypergamy, bro, they're gone.
No, I don't agree.
No.
What do you class as that main guy? Out of curiosity.
You know the guy.
Okay, I'll give you an example, okay? Most girls that I know, even there's one guy that they just like really deeply loved, right? And they loved more than all of their other exes. And they could be dating the next guy or the next guy or the next guy, but if that ex calls, they're back.
I disagree. I completely
I think
disagree.
that's true.
I think that comes with age, personally.
Okay.
I think, obviously, I'm 41, sorry. I'm 41, and I don't go back. I go forward. But in
Have
my
you ever
younger,
gone back?
I've gone back for sex. That's it. So I wouldn't ever look at that person as to have a relationship with. If I haven't, been seeing anyone and I want to have sex, then I might go back to that person, or I did go back to that person in the past. But yeah,
Do you think it's your choice?
Of course, it's my choice.
You think a man wanting to have a relationship with you is your choice?
Yeah, I do.
So what do you think will separate the man that just wants to sleep with you from the man that wants to have a relationship with you?
That's a very good question. But I don't know. It's the individual thing, isn't it? I mean, I can probably count on one hand the amount of men who've just wanted to sleep with me. So, yeah.
Every guy wants to sleep with you.
No, but I mean,
That have.
I mean, we all know that when a man meets a woman, it's initially, attraction, isn't it? Like, obviously, women have the same thing as well. It's not just men, by the way.
No, it's not the same.
Well, I can look at a man and think, oh, I'd just love to sleep with him, but he's not. I wouldn't really want to be with him for the rest of my life. So we do have that as well.
Yeah, but do you get attached when that happens?
I don't know.
No.
So do you think that's because you've passed the stage where you can get attached?
No, I've never been attached.
You've never been attached through sex?
No,
Never.
never.
Neither.
Never.
That's cap.
No,
Cap.
You've never been in a long-term relationship?
but it wasn't because of the sex.
And the sex, are you meaning, has the sex kept us there?
I'm saying,
Kept
did
me
the
there?
I've never
sex-
been
did-
whipped by a man, ever.
I'm not saying whipped. I'm saying you've never grown to love a man through sex. ever?
No, I don't think I have.
I've loved someone's sex. Yeah.
Alright, alright.
To love them.
Staying
I
with
hear
someone
what
because
you
someone
mean.
it's because someone is good in bed. No way.
I'm not saying you'll stay only because he's good in bed, but that's typically how women bond. We release a hormone during sex that men don't, which is oxytocin. So basically, like, women fall in love through orgasms. As weird as that is, but like,
Really?
yeah, like, because we release a hormone that they don't.
But as somebody so when I date a guy, I've had a lot of long-term relationships. I'm like a relationship person, and I'll often wait for quite a while before I have sex with the guy. So I'll want to date them first. I want to get to know what it's about, see if there's a connection or anything like that. And I can also go through phases of not sleeping with them, because I think most of the intimacy doesn't come through sex. It comes through spending time with that person, building a connection with that person, and making memories and things.
I'm not saying that's the only way you can bond with a guy. I'm just saying women bond through sex in a way that men don't.
I think,
and you could think it whatever, but I'm saying, like, study after study will tell you women bond in a way that men don't. Maybe I'm talking to 4 exceptions. I don't know.
So is that why? So men do not bond through sex. We do.
They do, but not in the same way. They release a hormone that makes them territorial. That's why, like, some guys, they'll sleep with a girl and they'll move on and they'll still be mad when the next guy hits because they released a hormone that made them territorial.
Yeah. So like we're talking about sexual energy, like the
I'm saying women fall in love through sex, men fall in love through quality time and loyalty. Typically,
I must be a man then.
I want to just go back to that. What do you consider a long-term relationship?
so my first was 6 years.
Whoa.
Well, how old are you?
28.
28. Yeah, go on.
My last
He's
one
going
was
to do
3
the math
years.
now.
3 years. Okay.
Yeah. And then I had like a 1-year one.
So you had 3 long-term relationships, and you said that you had sex and you took it away because it wasn't about.
No, it was one of those things where before I slept with them, that connection was kind of built first. Like I had to trust that person and know that it's not just going to be physical. There's going to be something more there.
Right.
For
That's
me.
what I thought you meant. But I'm saying that's for you. A man. I would want to have sex with you the moment I see you. Like it's not. I want to build a connection and I want to get to know her. And
you got your pheromones running all over the place.
The more you make me wait, the less I probably want to. That's a bit harsh to say. The longer you make me wait, the more I want to be spiteful.
Yeah.
Really? Spiteful. See, I
want to be spiteful.
You say
I find that interesting.
I get that.
I want to be spiteful because you gave it to that guy on the one night stand. He wasn't crap to you, yeah. But me, you saw me coming along, and you thought, you know what? You know what I'm saying?
I'm
like,
not getting dickmatized this time.
like okay, I'm gonna be proper this time. I'm gonna keep it close. I'm gonna be proper. And he's thinking, wait, hold on a minute. Like, Michael got it on day one. Like, you trying to make me wait
Isn't
4
that-
months?
but
Yeah.
firstly-
All right. Wait till 4 months is done. And I've pressed you. Now we'll see when I've got my post-nut clarity if I want to stay.
Firstly, that's assuming
Wow.
that
Took him
A,
4
I'm
months to get
someone who has
post-nut
one-night stands. And B, so I've also spoken to a lot of guys who say that when they sleep with somebody straight away, they tend to lose a little bit of respect for them.
It depends.
And then they no longer really look at them as a long-term partner because they've thought, okay, this was really easy. So how many other individuals is she sleeping
That's
around?
why I
I
said
think
depends.
the question is it genuine?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, what he's referring to is a girl that gives, and I don't know you. Maybe you've never had a one night stand. That's fine. But I'm saying what he's referring to is girls that give it up on the first night for some guys and then make another guy wait. And so it's kind of like, to him, well, I had to put all this investment where the other guy just got it for free. So it's really frustrating to men because they feel like you're not really attracted to them because you gave it to the other guy.
Isn't
Can
it
I
a compliment
just-
to the man, though?
Exactly.
Maybe she learned.
A
It
compliment.
shows that the woman is taking you seriously, perhaps.
No, I think that's like a woman's point of view.
Yeah,
Like
I'm making you
that's
wait
just-
because I like you. Please wait a few months until I feel like sleeping with you. It's a compliment.
That's the assumption.
I'm
again.
making you wait because I like myself.
Yeah.
I think women have a fear if they genuinely like a guy of then being rejected. once
Okay,
they've
so
slept
you're
with
saying the reason why you make me wait is because if you think you give it to me early, I'm not going to respect you as much as if you made me wait.
them. Potentially.
But then you disrespected me by giving someone else no chance to wait.
Why are you
I don't think it's your business. who
comparing
slept with them
yourself?
Because we're men. We're very territorial. We're very competitive. We're very. I don't
if
want.
she hadn't then?
I don't want to have intercourse with a girl that's well, I don't want to be taking a woman seriously when she's had intercourse with my friends.
Yeah, see, men can't undo their biology.
Yeah.
And the thing is, men are their predisposition to be repulsed by a woman that sleeps around. So, and the reason is because historically they had to ensure paternity. So if they were basically like wifing a hoe back in the day, they could be raising a kid that's not theirs. And even though we have birth control nowadays, you can't undo their hardwiring. So, and the data supports it, because women that have sex with one person and that's their husband have an 80% chance of being in a happy marriage. And if they have sleep with more than 5 people, that drops down to 20% after 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But is that not contradictory to what he just said about if you make somebody wait, then they kind of become spiteful? But then you're saying...
No,
it depends how you make me
No,
wait.
but I'm saying like it depends if it's genuine. Did the girl sleep with 20 dudes and then make him wait, or is she a virgin and making him wait because she's a virgin? Like there's 2 very different ways to go about it.
But when you kind of start dating somebody, you don't necessarily discuss your sex life with that individual anyway. So, like, for example, how would you know that I've slept with X, Y, and Z
I would
when
know.
I'm getting to
You
know
can feel
you
it.
and I'm dating
I would know.
you?
How would
But
you
how?
Because, okay, you know woman's intuition? You know that feeling you get when it's like, no, this guy is cheating. A man has an intuition as well. He could smell the hole.
You can know, yeah. You know.
He could smell it. He could be like, no, this, like, not.
She'll be like, I've never done this before, and then ride back.
That's what they always say.
Red flag.
She could have just watched the porn to get herself ready. You don't know.
Some girls you come back with and they'll be like,
how can you-
I've only been with
I
one
don't
guy
believe
this
that.
year.
I don't believe it.
You don't
Sure.
believe it. I mean, your woman intuition isn't always correct, but
No, I
a
agree.
majority of the time,
It's on point.
it's on point. So you know,
On
like
point.
I might not every girl I would second guess. I'll be like, you know what, I'm going with my intuition. Not every time I'll be right, but majority of the times I'm right, because there's certain signals that girls give off when they tend to be more promiscuous.
What signals are these?
I'm not gonna, no. That's for the men code.
No, there's no men
That's the
code.
men code.
Can I
That's for
just
the
ask you
brothers.
something?
Yeah.
You're saying signals women give off about being more promiscuous.
Yeah.
I'm very open sexually. I grew up in a family that was very, like, sex wasn't a taboo subject. My daughters, I speak very openly, freely with them about sex. I had slept with one person from I was 15 till I was 33 in a whole 18-year relationship. Yeah. And I was very open sexually. But I find that some people will look at that as being, that you can openly talk about sex and orgasms and things, that they would think she must be promiscuous because she can talk about sex, or she loves
That's what
sex.
you said.
No, I'm not. I'm asking.
I didn't say that.
No.
I said
didn't say you
signs.
did. I'm saying to you, I think sometimes the signs might be misconstrued, because
Absolutely.
I think men think that women being open, talking about sex, talking about orgasms, being very like
Sometimes men
talking to another man.
Sometimes men are wrong. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
like sometimes they don't guess correctly.
100%.
But like the point is that when men realize that a girl has been ran through, it repulses them. And they can't help it.
Yeah.
It's their biology.
Yeah.
The same way women want a guy that's taller than us because we wanted a guy to protect us. That's our biology. But we're in control of body count. Men aren't in control of height.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like, you don't think, okay, well, if your friend has done something that she wasn't supposed to do, can't you just feel it on her, like she's just done something? You can't put your finger on it.
Yeah.
But it's something about your friend, like, you did something. You did something with him, and it's like that intuition that men has when you've been around enough women to know, like, there's just like triggers. That's like, wait, hold, I've seen that before. Okay, I would stop, and I wouldn't immediately give her the I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, that was just one sign, and then I see another one. It's like, it's starting to compile now.
Yeah.
So when there's compile now of certain things that you look out for as a man to know, like, a promiscuous woman is not necessarily the same as a woman that's abstaining.
No, I hear what you're saying, because I mean, I've met men and I've thought, wow, like you as you said about the protection, I'm very like a man's man, and I've initially thought and then saw, wow, you're not about that life. And do you know, I was the same way you're saying you can smell a hoe. It's like I can smell a pussy.
Yeah.
Like